When prospects reach the end of the sales call and they have countless objections for the high ticket sales rep, it's normally because that sales rep hasn't developed the single skill set that causes their prospect to feel internal pressure to actually move forward and buy their product or service. And because of that, these high ticket sales reps are losing out on commissions each and every month. And in the next 7 minutes, I'm going to show you the number one skill set that you can develop as a high ticket sales rep to be able to cause internal pressure for your prospects, making them want to buy your products, your services, and your offers. If you don't yet know who I am, my name is Jaden Johnson, and I am your favorite psych sales coach who's been in the high ticket coaching and consulting industry for the past 8 years. And I've been privileged enough to coach over 300 sales professionals just like you on how to take their performance from good to outstanding as a sales professional. And I can promise in each and every video that you watch, I'm going to provide relevant and valuable content to help you close more deals and scale your income as a sales professional. Now, let's dive right into today's training where we're going to discuss the number one skill that you can develop as a high ticket sales rep to absolutely dominate on your sales team. Let's start at the beginning and actually address the problem that's happening for most high ticket sales reps who are experiencing a lot of objections at the end of their sales process. The number one reason that I find this happening is because your prospects are making a decision from a place of logic. And the reason that this happens is because we typically don't have the skill set necessary to help them go to a place of emotion. And we know, based off of human behavior and human psychology, that when human beings make decisions from a place of logic, that's typically going to lead to overthinking, to anxiety, to stress, and to fear. Whereas if we can help human beings make a decision from a place of emotion, they're more likely to move forward and actually buy the offer which we're presenting to them. So that is the solution, is we have to develop the skill necessary to help our prospects not just communicate on the surface level, but to go deep enough in their communication with us and in the discovery of their own problems and solutions that it causes them to feel internal pressure that comes from internal emotion. And once they feel those emotions, that's what causes them to actually move forward and purchase our product, service, or offer. So what is the skill set that allows you to do this and helps you to help your prospect go deep into their emotion, which causes them to feel that internal pressure and to decide to buy from you rather than to not buy from you? This skill set is known as chunking. And I actually learned this specific skill set from neuro-linguistic programming, which has allowed me to rise to the top in my sales performance and on the sales teams that I've been a part of, which is why this is such an important skill for you to develop. So looking here at the screen, let's discuss what chunking is and how to actually chunk in your conversations. So chunking is the ability and the skill to be able to navigate levels of thought as well as levels of communication. For example, when you're having conversations with your prospect and they're in the logical place of conversation, what you'll find is they're typically having surface level conversations with you. And these surface level conversations are typically logic based, which don't lead to action and moving forward. So with this idea and this skill of chunking, what you're actually doing is you're learning to navigate thought as well as communication in 3 different ways. The first way is to be able to get more specific in your thinking as well as your communication. For example, you have a prospect who brings an ambiguous problem to you, and on the surface level, it might not seem like a big problem. But through the skill set of chunking and getting specific in their communication and specific in your questions, what you'll be able to do is help your prospect see specific examples of how this problem is affecting them. And when this happens, that will cause an emotional feeling for them, which will cause internal pressure leading to the sale. On the other side of this, you can also learn to chunk up. This would be finding higher motivations for your prospect. So when they come to you with these problems, you can ask them, what's the purpose behind solving these problems? What's the motivation or the reason why they even care to solve these problems in the first place? And as they chunk up and talk about their bigger motivations as to why they actually want to solve the problems or why they want to accomplish the goals that they want to accomplish, that causes emotion for them. The last and final way that you can chunk is actually laterally. And chunking laterally actually helps you become an efficient problem solver for your prospects and also helps you reveal problems that they haven't yet considered. For example, we know that as human beings, if we experience a problem in one area of our life or one area of our business, more often than not, we'll also experience that same exact problem in other areas of our life. For example, they might have a motivation problem in their business if you're selling business consulting or business coaching. You could ask them, with this specific problem, does this show up for you in any other areas of your life? And that would be an example of a lateral chunking question, which is going to create emotion for your prospect. So through using this simple but profound skill set, what you'll actually find is that you're not just able to think better as an individual and to be able to communicate better, but you'll also be able to help your prospects think more efficiently and to also communicate more efficiently. And through doing this, you'll be able to have the real conversation with your prospect that actually matters. And what I found is that most sales reps who struggle with chunking and be able to have flexibility in their thought and communication are the same sales reps who are missing out on commission day after day, month after month, year after year, which is why this is one of the number one sales skills that I can recommend that you learn and develop if you want to be in the top 5% as a sales professional. Now, once again, I don't expect you to remember everything that we covered in today's video, and because of that, I want to invite you to grab this mini training and free resource, which I've created to help you develop the skill set and implement it into your process as soon as possible. So if you want that free training and that resource, comment below this video skill, and I'll send that to you as soon as possible.